What's up guys, NRGmix here back with a brand new video. Today we're going to be exploring my first major Minecraft project that I built together with my friend David over a period of 5 years. Most of it was completed recently in just a few months though, since we started it back when we had no building or world edit experience whatsoever, and it was left untouched for quite some time. We built our own version of Mount Gundabad from the Lord of the Rings, an epic stone fortress within a huge mountain. So we start this adventure in an area that has only experienced a few changes since 2014. It's a Dwarven coastal village with pretty simple stone houses and custom trees located right at the doorstep of this mighty fortress. From it, we built a path leading to a small bridge over the river, which takes you to Gundabad's outer gate. Next, we built a dock for the dwarves to receive goods transported over sea, with my attempt at building a dwarven ship, mixing stone, wood, and iron to make it work with their style. Overlooking the docks is one of Gundabad's 3 main watchtowers. These are part of a beacon alarm system that we came up with. If the guard on this tower views an incoming threat, they light a beacon on a hill, alerting the tall central watchtower to light its fires. This puts the fortress in a state of emergency and alerts the dwarves of an imminent incursion. Same goes for the tower at the docks, which has its own beacon. We designed Gundabad with a specific defense strategy in mind. The interior corridors and the walls are built on 4 levels, and each one is significantly higher than the one below it. If one floor is overrun, the dwarves can retreat to the level above and maintain the high ground. The big dwarf statue is also a tower that overlooks the main courtyard. And now the time has come to explore the interior of this great dwarven fortress. As you enter the mountain, you are greeted by a huge entrance hall which is made up of 4 giant columns, supporting bridges that lead to a vast network of paths, caves, and mines on multiple levels. All of which was done by hollowing out a major portion of this custom mountain. One of the main bridges leads directly into the mines. The mines were inspired by Airborne, the Hobbit film, building many small rivers of gold all around this seemingly endless pit. The dwarves mine the gold while holding onto a rope and standing on a small platform. There's also a pulley system with cauldrons that transport the extracted gold upwards to then be moved into the forge. We also kept an access to Gundabad's original mines from the courtyard, and the aesthetic difference is quite significant. However, we thought it would be nice to preserve certain parts as they were in 2014, in order to see just how much it has evolved over time. Now we move to the forge, which we decided to build next to the mines, so that the dwarves can easily use minecarts to carry the gold from one room to the other. In the center is a pretty dangerous machine, consisting of 2 hammers that collide to compress the hot block of gold which this dwarf is holding above his head. The forge is filled with streams of lava and a bunch of working dwarves. Below the forge is a storage room for all the gold and valuable items, just like the one in the Lonely Mountain, but I doubt this one is big enough to conceal a fire-breathing dragon. Such a massive fortress would require a place for all the dwarves to sleep, so we built a 70-block deep cave with a spiraling path from top to bottom, filled with individual dwellings for every dwarf, which gets smaller and less luxurious the lower you go. The largest home is reserved for the most important guests, like other dwarven kings and monarchs. It has its own living room, kitchen, bedroom, and even a balcony. The balcony overlooks the main cave, which alongside all the homes has a small bar in one corner called the Nook and Cranny. Along the cave's path, we built an unconventional curved bridge with 2 levels, so that you can walk underneath it as well as on top. This is most likely the area which is hardest to navigate, especially since all the stone paths and home entrances seem virtually identical. At the top of the cave, we built a tavern which also has a terrace with views towards the main entrance. One of the overhead bridges leads to the brewery, which is located right behind the tavern so that it has easy access to these two big barrels used for the storage of ale. The brewing process requires water as well, so one corner of the room is exposed to the waterfall on the outside. As we rise to the second floor of this intersection, we enter the Citadel level. The first room is the dining hall, with a curved ceiling, chandeliers, and a very long table for dwarves to enjoy their countless rounds of food and ale. Obviously, such a large dining room would require a sizable kitchen, so we built one with a huge central fireplace for smoking and roasting food. The only way to access the throne room and uppermost level of Gundabad is up a flight of winding steps surrounded by stone. The transition between this tight space and the grandiose Citadel Hall is truly a sight to behold. This space consists of two intersecting corridors, which at first glance have no visible exit. However, one of the four paths eventually takes you to the Great Throne of Durin. The throne room is right above the main hall, and its ceiling stretches all the way up to the mountain's peak. Above it is a giant cauldron of fire hung by a chain, the main source of light for the room. To the left of the throne is the way to the king's bedroom. His quarters are the furthest from the entrance, keeping him as safe and secluded as possible. Even here, the walls, ceiling, and sheer size of his bed manifest the Citadel's remarkable luxury. Finally, we descend to one of the oldest parts of Gundabad, the tombs where all the greatest dwarves are buried. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my epic tour of Gundabad. This build was 5 years in the making, so don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe to see many more builds coming soon. I'm already editing my second video for a human city called Framsburg that is even better than this one. Thanks for watching, and peace. Durin's bid!